This is Andrew, and I'm joined with who am I
Emma.
joined with? Yeah, Emma, good old Emma. And today we're going to be talking about XTC's English Settlement, which we both like a lot, and we're pretty big fans of the band, so we thought we should listen to them, or sorry, not listen, but we should talk about them on the podcast. So I guess I'll do a short history of the band, so everyone's up to date. They were formed in the early 70s in the town of Swindon, which is not super big for like music usually, but it has a couple bands, including this one. And I think they were originally inspired by kind of like a lot of different kind of like influences, 60s kind of bands. I know that the Small Faces are one Andy likes, and they both like the Beatles a lot. I should say the three of them like the Beatles a lot. And yeah, then they released their first album in 1978, which was White Music, and they went from having Andy Partridge on guitar and vocals, and Colin Moulding on bass, and then Terry Chambers on uh, on drums, to expanding to having Barry Andrews, who is a keyboard player and kind of like a multi instrumentalist, but largely a keyboard player for this band. Uh, on the first album and the second album. Uh, and then in 1978, they released Go 2. Then in '79, they released Drums and Wires, and they changed their lineup a little bit to have Dave Gregory in a second guitar position, and kind of like again like a multi instrumentalist a little bit. And then Barry Andrews left to pursue other projects. And then there is Black Sea in 1980, which is also a really great album. Same as most of the early stuff. They don't really have too many bad albums. Uh, then we come to 1982 with English Settlement, which we're talking about today. Then they continued to release albums throughout the 80s and 90s, and they broke up in the I think mid or early 2000s. So they went from I think Dave, the other guitarist, left, and then it was just Colin and Andy. So what do you think about XTC? I mean, you like them quite a bit, right? You're a big fan of the boys.
hmm hmm
Yep, yep.
Yeah, pretty sure you know this already, but said before that I've got into this band around sometime last summer, and I think the couple songs that got me into them was first it was Senses Working Overtime, and then it was Generals and Majors from their Black Sea album. So yeah, I'd say I got hooked onto them fairly quickly after you showed me like a couple other stuff last year. So
Cool,
yeah, I think they're
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that for a lot of people, like sensitive working overtime is kind of like a second path to take. Like making plans for an idol because that's the big one.
Mm.
And I'm trying to think some other of like really well known XTC songs. I guess I wasn't like a super big fan of it for a long time because it was later on in the career. But Dear God is another pretty big song of theirs. So I know a lot of people hear that one. I know that's on the soundtrack to the movie It, so that's kind of like a big one for like some people. Um, and what else? What else are some big XTC songs?
I think
Um,
Plans for Nigel's a big one too.
yeah, so I guess I mean apart from making books from Nigel, since we're over time, and Dear God, what are some other big ones? I'm trying to think of some other like of the more popular XTC songs. Uh, I guess Peter
Um,
Pumpkinhead, the Ballad of Peter Pumpkinhead is I heard that was pretty big in like alternative radio, um, in the like the early '90s, I think.
hmm.
Um, and I think Mayor of Simpleton and King for a Day, they're relatively popular songs. I think that they performed one in David Letterman, so that kind of got them a little bit of exposure. And yeah, I think those are relatively popular. But anyway, yeah, I think I first heard XCC through Making Plans for Nigel, which I was a fan of for like a number of years, probably since like 2016 or 2017. Um, and I just thought that to be just so everyone knows, me and Emma are I'm 21. I think you're 20, right, Emma?
Funny,
Am I getting
yes.
that right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we've kind of come into the band a little bit late, just because if we were like listening to the band anytime before like 2015, we would have been like 15 or 14. So there's no way we could have listened to them in the prime. So we're kind of just like listening to them. in hindsight, which is nice because we have their whole discography to look over. But it's kind of crappy because we can't see them in concert or anything. But at least they're all still with us and everything, and we can enjoy their very nice music. And also we can have access to all of it. It's nice that we have the internet, just look back on. So,
Mm.
but yeah, I was saying that, yeah, I heard Make Plans for Nigel, and I was like, yo, this production is really great for the drums. I love the bass riff. I love like the cool guitar riffs, and I like how everything comes together. And but I guess in my head that I it was a bit hard to understand like XTC as a band because they kind of like change different styles quite a bit. They're not the most like they have style, but like they're kind of like they stand out a bit from like other new wave bands because they're not like typically attractive guys. They're all nice looking, but they're not like typically attractive dudes. They're not like Duran looking, you know what I mean? Like they're
Ah,
not like super concerned with fashion. Uh, and just
yeah.
like, but then after a while, I was like, I think Andy and like the rest of the guys are cool in their own way, and yeah, then I just grew to like them a lot, and I think like a lot of people, I listened to what since working overtime because I saw like some other clips of that on YouTube, and like, yeah, this is good too. I like all the cool variations going on here with the instruments and stuff like that. And then I listened to I think English Settlement first, then Black Sea, and kind of worked around all their discography after that. Do you think you could right now? Do you think you could pick a top three XTC songs, Emma, or would that be too hard for you?
Songs?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh boy. Oh dear.
It might be
Um,
hard for me because I think that like they have such like a big discography, but I thought that might give the listeners a good idea like what songs you like a lot. And it
huh.
doesn't have to be like your like end all be all like top three, just like a top three off the top of your head right now.
Um, jeez. Well, I feel like a lot of.
In no particular order if you don't want.
Let's see. Um, well, since I feel like Drums and Wires is like probably my most favorite album by them, I think one of them might have to be probably Real by Real. Like that song never gets fucking old for me because I play it all the time and it never gets old and something about it always seems fresh every time I play it. Next would probably be um I guess I'll say Generals and Majors because that's another cool one that never gets old for me from Black Sea.
Gotcha.
And
That one sounds very 1980-ish with like that like little kind of like organ or like keyboard riff that they do, like the
uh,
dun 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 dun. Dun.
mhm.
But yes, very good, very good.
Mhm. And oh gosh, I guess I'll name like another one from a different album. So third one, I guess maybe will be Beating of Hearts from. Is it? Can't remember. Is it Mummer or it's Mummer, right? Not
You got it, Mama.
Mummer.
It's confusing.
Get
It's
it mixed
confusing
up with.
because XTC and REM both have albums that I think they're from the no, I think they're 1 year apart. Or no, they might be both from 1983, which is interesting. But yeah, Murmur from XTC, and then uh, sorry,
Mummer.
Mummer from XTC, and then Murmur from REM,
Uh huh.
and both end with initials for names, which is interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to think of someone I really like. Uh, Again, my changing for like XTC kind of like songs like for favorites changes all the time, but I like Ballad of Peter Pumpkin a lot. Emma knows I've always liked that one. I just
Uh,
like the guitar in it. I think the vocals are really good. I think it's a really good example of like their pop writing skills, just like nice, catchy, short songs. Harmonica is really nice in it. Uh, I like Towers of London a lot from Black Sea. Kind of like a nice, just kind of like
ooh.
expansive song. Really nice songwriting again, and cool cool production. And what else? What else? Hmm. I don't want to stall the listeners too much. I'm trying to think of like a one. Uh,
Anyone like a favorite off of English Settlement at all?
yeah, there's a lot. Oh, you know what? That's a good. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, I like Jason the Argonauts a lot, which I'm always
Like,
goozing. Is it the word goozing? I'm always gushing. Yeah, yeah. I'm always gushing to Emma about how much I like Jason the Argonauts. So that's a good three for me. Um,
mhm.
but yeah, it's hard to pick favorite XTC song because they have like a ton of B sides and like lots of just like songs I just haven't heard yet. Like, but oh, I'm trying to think. There was a song from Colin that I heard just a little while ago. Uh, what was it? It was I think it was like a beta or something. Let me see. Give me 2 seconds. It's something Fox. Hold on. I just want to shout it out because it was really good. I don't think it was a super popular song. Um,
Oh,
Find the
Fox.
Fox. Yeah, I think it's a B-side to The Meeting Place. There's a song called Find the Fox, which is it's not a super complicated song, but it's a really like fun song from Colin that I like quite a bit. Uh, yeah, Find the
Oh my
Fox is a
goodness.
good one. Um, anyway, I guess we'll get into the track listing here. So, what do you think of Runaways, Emma? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
Oh.
Is it a jam?
Well, geez. Well, since it's a Colin song, I think it. I said it before. Collins songs in general tend to usually be my favorite because
Are they always like certified pop?
yeah, according to my knowledge, for sure. He's got just like a certain of course Andy has a good singing style and the way he uses his vocals and all that, but it's just I don't know what Colin it's a bit different. I guess cuz he doesn't have that many he doesn't there's not many songs that he puts out in the albums. It's most like Andy stuff, so I guess it's nice to hear like a little break to hear Colin's voice every now and then. It's pretty nice to me, I think. So
For sure, for
Uh,
sure.
yeah. So for Runaways, I think this one it's like a very nice introductory thing to start off like the whole album. Sort of like sets off the mood in a slowish kind of mood in a way, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah,
It's got really nice slow drums and a good bass line with like sort of like fast guitar strumming in a way that it kind of creates like a nice mix for the whole song. And I think it goes all very well together. So yeah.
yeah. I feel you. Oh, does your cat? Your cat always wants to chime in about music whenever we're talking.
She always
Uh,
wants to be with me, so she wants to join in on the conversation too, of course.
yeah, I'd probably say very similar thing. I think it's yeah. I don't know if it's my favorite song, but I think it's good. I think it's like I think my complaint about it is that this doesn't mean again whenever I criticize a song, it doesn't mean that I don't like it. It just means like I just have like little nitpicks about it. But I think Runaways is just like a little too similar throughout. I wish there was more change ups or variations, but overall very good. I think like it comes up a lot in the album, but Colin's like fretless bass thing is really nice and he has kind of like this nice, almost reserved way of singing, or like this interesting way, like he just like how do you say that? Like just how he like trying to think of like some sort of word for like form maybe, like just the way he like forms vocals and like arrangements in his own
Mm.
unique style. But it's interesting how the I don't know if Colin usually has like songs that open albums, so it's fascinating that he has two songs that just like right away in the track listing, and then like he just like kind of doesn't have a song till like quite a bit later in the album. Um, but yeah, I was gonna say I think that's all I was gonna say about Runaways. Just like nice. I think the production in this is nice. I like the kind of like dreamy mood of a little bit. But yeah, pretty good overall. I would say it is a good song. What do you think of Ball and Chain, Emma?
Um, I gotta
You
pull
just
my
talking your thoughts.
my notes are a little bit over. Oh no. What song were you on?
Are you trying to get? Oh, Ball and Chain, which is the
On
text
Pain.
song.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, so of course another Colin song. So of course another favorite. What the heck? Um, yeah. So it's a good song, of course. I think it's got like the main lyric where it's like safe showing the ball and chain. It's not too repetitive, but I feel like it's pretty catchy enough to kind of like have stuck in your head after you've like listened to it or whatever.
Hmm.
And it's got a pretty nice breakdown too. I feel like after sort of being mostly kind of consistent throughout the song, it has like a nice little breakdown in the middle. Take a break from like everything that's going on in it. So
Hmm. Hmm.
pretty good, pretty good. That's all I have to really say about that. But I like it a lot.
I also enjoy this song a lot. It's yeah, really good guitar playing by both Andy and Colin. And I was gonna say about their songwriting, it's interesting that they can all contribute to each other's songs because I know some bands they only want to like make songs like together lyrically and like singing them together, and
Mhm.
it's either like one person that's in control of like the songwriting or like they're they're sharing it together, you know, like a songwriting like as a whole band or like as a duo. But
Mhm.
I think that it's interesting that they can work well together and just like share songs and like contribute to each other's songs.
Mhm.
Anyway, but yeah, I was gonna say that the drums. I think Terry really shines in the drums in the song a lot, and
Mhm.
I think the little like the keyboard rip like after like save us from the ball and chain, and then like dig us in the tower crane. I don't know exactly what he says, but uh after that, like where they have the like a little keyboard riff in between, that sounds a lot like the same keyboard that they use for generals and majors. So I'm not sure what like that little keyboard is that they use or like synth or whatever, but it's pretty interesting. I don't think I've heard like a ton of other bands like have like a keyboard or like a synth sound like that. It's kind of like high pitched kind of thing.
Uh,
But yeah, it's cool. I enjoy it. Um, yeah, good production, good singing and everything. Sorry for just skimming through some of these songs. We don't have like I don't know. Sometimes we don't have a ton to say about every song other than like we enjoy it and like it's hard to it's fun but it's hard to talk about music just like with words sometimes and just like describe it, you know. So if it doesn't seem like we're coming across as like super enthusiastic, we are. We like these songs a lot. Sometimes it's just that we don't have anything else to say about them. Uh, Sense is working overtime. What do you think about this little jam, this
since
little
working
arrangement,
over.
Emma?
Oh boy. Well, like I said, this is a song that got me into XTC in the beginning. So that tells you right there, I enjoy the song quite a bit. Um, I guess I'll say it's got pretty good production, just like a lot of their songs.
Hmm.
And a lot of the lyrics in this particular song, I feel like create a certain kind of imagery in a way, like the certain words like Andy would use for the bridges. And all the world is football shaped. It's just for me to kick in space, like that kind of thing. And
Hmm.
just certain words he uses kind of makes you picture certain things and, makes it really interesting. So it's a pretty fun sounding song, I think.
For sure, for sure.
Hmm.
I have very similar thoughts. I think this like is a good showcase of like the cool kind of like interesting vocal and interesting lyrical like songs that XTC does. They're cool like their influences like a bunch of other genres like musically. Um, I think the 12 string guitar playing by Dave is really cool here. Like it's very reminiscent of like 60s bands like the Birds and maybe the Beatles a little bit. And I like that it shows up like throughout this album because it gives them like a unique kind of sound. I don't know if you'd agree, but I think it's pretty cool. Because I can't think of a ton of other like bands from the 80s that use like 12 string guitars. Maybe REM a little bit sometimes, but not a ton of other bands that like use that kind of like jangly kind of lots of jangly kind of bands, but not a lot of like bands that use 12 string guitars. That's a neat thing. But yeah, really cool lyrics by Andy. His vocal delivery here is just like amazing, just the way he sings and like just the way he's like passionate about the vocals. I was gonna say just quickly about Ball and Chain. I was just looking through like the different like credits on the CD insert on the album, and it says that Dave plays something called the Mini Kong, which I think is a type of keyboard. It sounds like I thought it was Mini Korg for a second, but no, I think it's Mini Kong. So maybe that's some type of keyboard. Yeah, he's listed as playing first guitar, Mini Kong, and backing vocal. So there may be some kind of keyboard. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. That might
Mm-hmm.
answer the question. But yeah, I think that this I don't know what the song is about entirely, but it might just be about like just like I don't know, like just taking all your senses and just like taking in the world and just like not getting discouraged when things get hard and just trying to enjoy things as best you can. Um, I don't know if Andy intended any like super deep meaning behind the lyrics, but yeah, good stuff indeed. Very nice pop song. What do you think of Jason the Argonauts, Emma?
Woohoo. Um, I like this one a lot.
You like
I'll
it?
say
Yeah.
that, yeah. Um, I guess I'll also say like the first thing that I noticed about the song is that the song is I think it's memorable for like the super catchy, fast paced beat it has for like pretty much throughout the whole entire song, which I think is nice. And I think XTC has like they're really good at doing like really fast paced sort of songs. They make it sound really catchy, and I feel like that's um sort of like their kind of style. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, very
And
lots of energy and kind of like just like
yeah.
lots of enthusiasm, which makes them
Mhm.
nice to listen to. I don't know if I would agree with you like the fast pace throughout the song. Do you remember like the middle part where it just kind of like gets slow and kind of moody? There's definitely like a good rhythm there, but I don't know if it's like energetic throughout. Not to
And then
interject
it
and
builds.
seem and make you seem silly, you know. But
Well, I feel like at least like 90% of the song is energetic and fast paced. I could
yeah,
be.
yeah.
That's what I feel like.
Sorry to
Um,
interrupt. Are you gonna say anything else about it?
I guess I'll say I also like. Well, Andy usually has like a sort of kind of has like an energetic style of like singing and using his vocals in songs, but in this one he kind of has like a along with the pace of the song, he also carries it on with it like by having a rather fast and energetic style of the singing here, and
Are you
you know,
are you reading that from your notes?
huh?
Are you reading that from your notes? Because I kind of tell you're like he has a very energetic and fascinating. I'm sorry, I'm just being funny. You do a pretty good job making it sound natural. Don't worry.
I'm really trying to say as much as I can about this song, like
Go ahead. Go ahead.
as
I'm
much as I
sorry.
can about it. Um,
I'm
I
trying to
guess,
get you off on good pace. I think something like that.
yeah, he has a good, energetic, fast singing style pace thingy going on with like he has a good pace of vocals along with the pace of the song. If that makes any sense, like he kind of matches the energy of the song. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I think I also read somewhere that like this song is like sort of a historical song that tells uh
Is your cat distracting me over
sorry.
there? But yeah, I don't know if it's a historical song per se. It might be like a little bit inspired by like old Greek stuff. But I think
Yeah.
Jason the Argonauts in general is maybe just inspired by like the song is inspired maybe by the movie of the same name and also the old story. So maybe not like real historical events, but like the story probably. Um, but yeah, yeah, I see what you mean. Thanks for mentioning that. That is an interesting insight.
Mm.
So are we gonna say anything else?
I think that's what I was gonna end on. Yeah, just what the story of the song was about. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of the same things Emma was saying. I think really, I'm probably gonna be saying this for a lot of the album, but great guitar playing, and really nice 12 string playing. And I think Dave and Andy's like just like playing together is like really like they suit each other well and they play off of each other really great. Uh, and yeah, just like when there's like slow parts sort of towards the middle of the song and kind of like more like atmospheric.
Mhm.
But yeah, generally like when it's upbeat, like a really great like energy to the song. It shows why it shows like a little bit of like XTC's like kind of like power poppy kind of like early stuff in this song. Um, in
Mhm.
the studio version, like there's just like really great production and like really cool like experimentation going on like with the audio stuff. Just the way they there's other examples of like better drum playing or like more interesting drum playing on the album, but like just like the way the drums are mastered on like all the way from like drums and wires and Black Sea up to like their 80s albums, like the way they like just produce drums is really great. But yeah, good stuff. I love the song a lot. No thugs in our house. What do you think of No Thugs in Our House, Emma? So that's a bit of a mouthful of a title. No thugs in our house.
Um, I like this one too quite a bit. I feel like it's another song that builds up quite a bit of intensity.
Yes, ma'am.
Like fairly quickly in the beginning too. So yeah, it's also like a fun sounding song that I think has like the lyrics are kind of explaining sort of like a story about a young fascist. I think from what I've read, like a couple of I think there's a couple articles on like the song, whatever. So would make sense if that's what it's about.
No, that's a fair analysis. I think Andy's maybe said that too from like reading from the. There's a really good XT website I think called Chalk Hill. It might be either Chalk Hills and Children, or just Chalk Hills.
Mm.
But anyway, that's a really great like source for like just like XTC like interviews and like comments about songs that are like sourced either from the band members or like people like producers or people that are close to them. So, uh, yeah, that's a really good site for any XTC knowledge. But yeah, I think like you were saying, Emma, it just a really great like opening with that acoustic guitar, and Andy really seems like passionate when he's like when he starts like just like singing in the beginning. It is very very infectious kind of energy. But yeah, really great like melody for the vocals here, and yeah, interesting story. But like I think like you were saying already, like just like either like a fascist, like someone that is like far right or kind of like racist ideologies a little bit, and they think that they're like being just in their views, and I think it's also kind of like how parents think that maybe parents that are like kind of like blind because they have this attachment to their kids, they don't realize when they do things wrong, and they're kind of like I don't know if spoiled would be the right word, but like they just kind of like they they don't take responsibility for the kids' actions, So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, or even like I was thinking one time that just like even when you have friends, it's hard to like criticize your friends or like when you see them doing like immoral things, just like mention them. But yeah, I think yeah,
Mm-hmm.
kind of talking about that a little bit. And again, really nice like just the instrumental from all the band. Colin has some really nice bass playing. Taylor's got a really nice drum melody. There's a cool performance on the old Grey Whistle Test of the song. If anyone wants to go listen to it. A lot of the songs around this album, they have like lots of like press stuff. There's a live show at Rock Blast in this year. There's a couple music videos for the song, so it's nice. There's not a ton of ecstasy footage out there, so it's nice to like around this era. There's a lot to look at. But yeah, good stuff. Anything else you want to say about it, Emma?
I think that's about it. I guess I'll just say I really like this song, and it's really good, and it's nice
It is,
listening
yeah, it's good. My ears like it.
to.
Uh, what do you think of the Afghan Emma? Kind of a nice kind of like slower paced song to like compared to like Jason the Argonauts and No Thugs in Our House. Still
Ooh.
a little energetic, but
Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Well, I think for this song in particular, I think it's nicely put together. The way the way the song starts out with like the mix of the instruments, I think it all like makes a really nice melody all together.
yeah,
And
sure.
of course, Andy starting out with the what that kind of thing, like his he has like sort of a he has the
Are you
way
saying
he
like a
uses
distinct kind of
vocals.
like style, like the way you sing?
Hmm?
Were you saying like he has like a distinct way of like singing?
Yeah, pretty much. Certain way he kind of makes, I guess, a hook in a song. If that's what it is, I think
For
he
sure,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
yeah.
He's a really unique vocalist. I think he uses his voice to complement the music in like really cool ways. And he just like he's almost like I don't know if this is a weird comparison, but he's almost like just like an opera singer or something. Like he just doesn't really like care like when he like puts his vocals in. He'll just be like sing some sort of melody over to like fit the music. And despite him like having like a little bit of stage fright like later in his career, or like just like kind of like uh, a dislike of like performing live occasionally. I think he does a really good job of like bringing some good like passion, to his like
Mm-hmm.
vocals.
Yeah.
Whether it's in the studio or live. But yeah, very very nice. Again, I think the guitar in the song is really lovely too, and I think that the way they mix the like the acoustic guitar and the electric guitar is really cool. Also, we should give a shout out to Colin because this is a really amazing like cool like bass. It's almost like
Ooh.
jazzy like the huge like bass line here, like the do 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 like just a really creative stuff.
Mm.
Um, and it's always amazing to me like people that don't have any like classical training in like playing like instruments, how they can just like create really amazing like bass lines. Like whether it's like Peter Hook from like New Order or like Colin, who I think didn't even I think he had like some bass lessons, but not really. And he just mostly learned to play by himself. So very impressive.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah. Next we have I don't know what you think about this song, Emma, but I love All of a Sudden It's Too Late. I think it's really moody and nice, and I just like love the production in it and like all the instruments. And what do you think of the song? I think the we recorded one like test kind of like version of this episode before, and I had an interruption, so I had to like stop it. But I think you were kind of like I think you think the song is good, but it's not your favorite. Is that right, Emma? Or how have you come around to it a little bit?
Yeah, it's a good song to me, but I just wouldn't say it's not my favorite on the album. It's just for me, it has like some different changes and turning points in the song, but it's like not uh not
You
too
think so?
many or not
What
enough.
do yeah, just do you think like not enough variations, kind of?
So yeah, pretty much. Like I feel like it's
Okay,
kind of the same throughout. It's sort
a
of
little bit.
a
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
too consistent for me to become a song I like want to listen to often. It's okay though. I mean, I like it, but it's not my favorite.
well, I'm glad you can always find a little bit of things you enjoy in it.
Yeah, it's just a
Uh,
bit slow and bit.
it's a bit. What do you think of Melt the Guns? Do you like that song?
Melt the Gowns. Well, huh? Yeah, I
Are you
like the
looking for your
song.
notes?
I like it
Are
quite
you
a
just
bit.
Sorry, go on, go on. Yeah, you like
Um,
quite a bit.
I guess I'll say about for this song, it's has like sort of. Mm, I don't know if like simple sounding instrumental is like the right thing to say for it, but it's kind of how I would describe it. Even though it's like simple sounding in a way, it's they still the way they still like the production, the way it's arranged, they still manage to make it sound fun to listen to it to me. And yeah, pretty good song, pretty catchy overall. Um, yeah, and I guess the little certain like parts of the song, like the da da da, that they make it pretty catchy right there. So I like that, and that catches me. That makes me want to listen to more because they had a little something in there to make it sort of interesting to listen to, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
I'm going back to Valentine again, but I just noticed as I'm looking through the credits for like different instruments, I think that first one was a misprint because every other song it says like Mike where it's credited it says Mini Korg, so it is indeed Mini Korg, not Mini Kong. Uh, they just messed up. I think they put
Oh,
an N instead of an R. So yeah, Dave is playing a Mini Korg. Anyway, so we were talking about Melting Guns. I think it's really, really very, very cool, very energetic song. It's interesting how like upbeat they can keep it with a song that's like 6 minute song like this.
mhm.
But yeah, I think it's a good song that makes like lyrically just like about like thinking about like why you need guns and like just because people like having weapons or like dangerous things, is it a good idea to have that? And um
Yeah.
politically, you can agree with it or not agree with it, but I think it's interesting to just like listen to someone else's ideas and like um thoughts on it. Maybe a little bit of like Andy like being from England and not like having any like legal guns there, then going to the States and like you know watching like they're just like the culture over there about guns and like just like the rules. Yeah. But like musically, just like really very very cool song. I think like again energetic, cool, great guitar. Yeah. Again, good drums for Carrie. Uh, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Hold on, I'm just trying to get the track listing again. So after that, we have Leisure, which me and Emma just listened to a little bit before this for a refresher. What do you think of Leisure, Emma? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
Um. Well, I guess after listening it not too long ago with you, it was good to catch up on this again. Kind of I guess I'll say I like it a little bit more remembering it how it actually sounded. Um, I guess again I'll say it has a sort of a bit of consistency throughout most of the song,
Hmm.
but at the same time I feel like I guess Andy makes the song have more of an appeal by stretching out some of like the vocals for different parts of the song. For example, leisure, like certain way he uses
Laser.
certain way he uses his vocals in a certain style in certain parts of the song. He makes it really fun to listen to. So that's cool. Um, yeah, I mean, even though like a not whole bunch goes on throughout the song, it is pretty good. It's pretty decent to listen to. I don't hate it or anything. I mean, I think it's a pretty good one, but I just wouldn't say it's my favorite. But I like it enough to say I don't know. It's a good song, and I would probably listen to it more than once if I stumbled across it.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat. I don't think it's my favorite, but I think there's like totally enough cool stuff going on. I think I can get in moods where I dig it. Um, I think instrumentals are good. Like I was telling him earlier, I think the drum. I say this a lot, but the drum production is really cool. I like how it like changes. Like it goes from being like more echoey to like a little bit more like tight and kind of controlled. Like on like I think hopefully I'm using these terms right, but it's when like the verse, like the chorus, like whatever the changes are. I think I like the variation, like how the drums are mixed and stuff.
Mm.
Um, I think that's just about all I have to say about them. Yeah, good song. Nearly Africa. It's Nearly Africa. Very cool. I think this is almost I feel like when they sound like sometimes people compare them to Talking Heads, and I can see that quite a bit in the song. This sounds like a lot like something like just like the African kind of like influence stuff. It sounds like something like Talking Heads would do on like Romanian Light or maybe like Fear of Music or something. Like just to me. Um, yeah, I think it's a xylophone in the song. Let me see if we can figure out what instrument it is here. But yeah, it's very cool. I appreciate I think that sometimes like Western bands they're afraid of like trying to tackle like other like cultures or like other kind of like styles that aren't their own because people might think like oh you know they're like appropriating or oh they're not doing it right. But I think generally like if people try and tackle like other kinds of music, I think it should be most people I think that are reasonable think like would see it as um, like a respectful thing and like a cool and like interesting thing that someone's trying to like emulate music you do and trying to do that in a way that they're passionate about. You know, I don't think there's any problem with that. So
Mm.
yeah, I think I can see how like someone would not want like people to do like either African themed or like world type music because they think that they're not doing it in like a respectful way or they're just doing it because for like just a slight interest, but I think that XTC like genuinely have like interest either in like reggae-ish or like African type, you know, music. So I think it's a cool song. I think Andy's vocals are really nice on it. I think either a xylophone or like whatever they're using, like the marimba type instrument, is very cool, and I like it. I do the song. What do you think, Emma?
Hmm. Well, I think it's a pretty fun sounding song, but again, it's not really my most favorite song on this album.
Fair enough. Fair
Um,
enough.
yeah, but also like listening to it, I feel like the lyrics seem to sort of pass over my head whenever I listen to the song. But um, I guess maybe one day I was curious, so I went ahead and like looked up, like, try to find like the meaning of the song, and I found this one thing from I think it's xtc.fandom.com or something like that, where like
Okay, well feel free to read them.
yeah. So there's one thing where Andy said, for this song, the original song was called "It's Primitive Now," and it was a little
Hmm.
celebration of all things primitive, of how we should slow down and appreciate basically being animals. Appreciate being basically animals in the good sense of the word. How we should realize we're very primitive and find the joy in that rather than racing onwards through technology and losing our realness. So that's pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
I can see that. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just reading the lyrics now, and I can see that.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if there's anything else I'd say about the lyrics, but yeah, I can see how it's kind of like being more about like you know like
Mm.
keeping in touch with it with the nature side of you and like you know not being too engrossed and like pretending to be like a fancy business human or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
Yeah, good stuff. What do you think of Knuckle Down? Do you like it, Emma?
Knuckle down.
Do you remember how that one goes off the top of your head?
Well,
It's like
mm,
dun, 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 dun. That ring a bell?
kinda. I'll say though that I don't really. Whenever I kind of skip over this song when I'm playing this album. It's not really. I don't play it a whole lot, but I mean, I guess I'll say it's kind of it's sort of enjoyable. I mean, it's it's all right. It's all right. Um, maybe I'll say like the I don't know. From what I do remember, I have my notes down. I said that like the quick sort of short guitar riffs that pop up every now and then in the song like add a nice little touch to the whole thing. And I don't know. I guess the song seems to have like a specific meaning, but I haven't really looked into like what it means. So like I don't know. What do you think the song's about?
Yeah, I remember I was reading about it earlier, and I think that by knuckle down, Andy means uh like whatever your like family background or like your race or like religion or whatever, just like love yourself for who you are and just like accept yourself, like whether that's like for things you did in the past and you want to improve yourself or like something you're born with that you can't help, just like accept how you are and just like the song says knuckle down on it. And you'll see if I here let me see if I can look up some of the lyrics that might uh might support that. uh
Huh.
Sorry, I'm just looking here, just looking. There's not a ton of lyrics to this song. I think it's pretty short.
Mm.
Oh, no, 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 never mind. Hold on, let's continue here. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. Put your knuckle down, love her skin. It doesn't matter what color skin she's in. Sorry, she's locked in. Knuckle down, love that skin. Love her race. It doesn't matter if you win or lose a little face. Yeah, I think that kind of makes me think of that a little
Ah.
bit.
Mm.
Uh, very nice song. I think it's a very upbeat kind of sounding song. I think it's good stuff. Good stuff. I like it. If you get a chance, maybe like listen to that song afterwards because it got some really good guitar in it too. Some good riffs. Uh, oh, here's another song by your boy Colin. Emma, what do you think of Flying the Wall? Do you like it?
Ooh.
Oh, she's excited already, listeners.
Wow. Okay. Well, first things first. I think along with, hmm, honestly, I feel like I might, if I'm listening to English Gentleman, this might be one of the songs I play a lot because, oh my goodness. Ooh, I like this song quite a bit. So, obviously, yeah, like you said, it's a Colin song. So, another favorite of mine. No surprise there. I guess along with that, it's got a really addictive sounding bass line and the sort of, I guess, what is it, like a megaphone? Like the megaphone kind of vocal thingy they kind of put in there, like the radio effect thingy, along
Yeah,
with
yeah, something like that.
yeah. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Like how they put that up in there, and sort of fast paced, upbeat song in a way. I like that a lot. Pretty cool. Nice guitar riffs and all that. And um, yeah, I don't know what Colin means by fly on the wall. I don't know who the fly on the wall is supposed to be, but I think it's pretty darn cool sounding song and never gets old for me.
Yeah, maybe I don't know exactly. Maybe just like a simple concept of like someone like either you feel like someone's like looking at you like a fly on the wall, like someone's like looking through your blinds, like look like looking at you when you feel like you're trying to do something private. Or maybe you feel like you're being like a fly in the wall to someone, like you feel like you're you're trying not to, but you're looking at someone when they don't want you to or something. Maybe something like that. Just a guess. Uh, but yeah, yeah, pretty. Lots of cool stuff going on with the production. I'm not sure what instrument they're using to make that like almost maybe accordion sounding noise. I don't know if that's appropriate or not, but like the kind of like the
So
like something like that. I'm
yeah,
looking at what the instruments are used here, and it says that Well, one thing that's interesting, I was just looking at, Andy's not playing any guitar in this song. Interesting. He just credited as using
What?
a mini chord, and that's it. And
What?
Dave's playing guitar. It's Dave is playing electric and fuzz box 12-string guitar, which might be the noise that we hear in the song. And then Colin's using a fretless bass again. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, and then
Oh.
Terry's just drumming. Uh, so. Yeah, but good stuff. I like it quite a bit.
Ooh.
Um, another one by Colin, Down in the Cockpit. What do you think of that one, Emma? Oh no, hold on. I don't know if that's Colin's song. Let me see. Let me see.
That's
No, it's not.
Andy.
Hold on. I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was. Colin for a minute. Yeah. I think very funky. I like Down in the Cockpit. I think it's a lot of great guitar, a lot of cool instrumental stuff going on. Yeah, I think it is a jam.
Oh, you betcha, you betcha. Another one of my favorites on this album, I think. Um, yeah, it's another
I
fast
think the. Oh,
thing.
sorry. Go ahead. Or are you gonna say Emma?
Well, I guess I'll say really quickly. It's another sort of I consider like a fast paced XTC song. Another thing that
Yeah.
they're really good at doing that fast paced stuff. And that's what draws me to it, and what makes my favorite song the favorite is if it's like a usually the fast paced energetic songs usually become my favorite. But um yeah yeah, I guess I'll just say I just play this song a lot because it is one of my favorites, along with like Jason and the Argonauts, Fly on the Wall, and I guess Snowman 2. Um, uh, uh, um, boy. Um,
Anything else you want to say? I'm just looking through the lyrics right now, see if I can figure out like what the song might be about.
hmm.
Uh, it's hard to figure out. A lot of references to. Hmm. I'm just reading.
Well,
Hold on. Yeah, I'll read. For you, dear listeners, I'll read a bit of Down in the Cockpit by XTC. See if you can guess what this is about. Man acting like farmer. Sorry, man acting like a farmer, and he's treating the woman like a poor cow. We got to treat you better from now. But man is just a baby, and he's needing your milk of kindness. I vow to drink as much as you will allow, all the way through history, man machine. No mystery, all the way through history. Girl have the brain to act just like the weaker sex. Down in the cockpit, man need the woman to pull him right out of it. Down in the cockpit, man need the woman to pull him right out of it. Uh, hmm.
mm,
Maybe like treating girls as like equal to men, and like just not being like so like
hmm,
yeah, I don't know. It says like a man acting like a farmer and he's shooting women like a poor cow. That might mean like that like some men they think that like girls should just like have like I don't know like more subservient roles or whatever, or like not have like the same like 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 what's that word like hardworking kind of roles that guys do, or they shouldn't only certain kinds of jobs. That's just a guess. It might mean something else, but I think that might be what it's getting at a little bit.
oh,
Yeah.
hmm,
I really like the like the mix of the vocals and the guitar like melding together, like the down, like just like really
yeah.
cool like fast playing and like nice, very good stuff. English Roundabout. What do you think of English Roundabout, Emma?
Oh boy. Um, I guess for this one, I'll say it's got a like sort of a quirky sort of arrangements in the song. Like I guess in terms of maybe the production or like the use of instruments in a way. But at the same time, I think it's quite enjoyable. Again, it's for me. I feel like it's. I guess I should say it's sort of simple sounding song, but I guess sort of has a bit of some intricate parts to it, like the stroke guitar breakdown in the middle of it. I think adds a nice touch to the song. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. It does almost feel like you're on like a roundabout, very kind of like going round and round kind of song. I was just telling Emma what a roundabout. She's probably before, but she didn't know like what the name was for it. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah, very good stuff. Nice guitar playing. I think Colin does a good job with his vocals. Uh, yeah. I think
Yeah.
uh, what's who's playing what here? We got Dave is playing a Prophet 5 synthesizer, which is interesting. I think he plays that a couple of the songs. I think he played that also on Down in the Prophet. Um, I think New Order also uses Prophet 5, which is interesting. I think they use it on like Blue Monday and like Beats Like Us and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, interesting. Um, I don't know if there's any deep meanings of the song lyrically. I think it's literally just about like being in a car on like an English roundabout. And I was telling Emma that there is a roundabout in Swindon that's kind of famous. So um, yeah, it makes sense that they would
Probably.
write about it.
Mm.
Uh, it's interesting that even when bands that they get kind of big, they like writing about like things and they write about like a bunch of things, obviously, like whatever band you're talking about. But like a lot of bands, they like to like write about things in their home city. Like I know the Beatles like to write about things in like Liverpool, um, and like just England in general. And it's interesting that like even though bands have like a love hate relationship with the places they're from, they feel some sort of like like patriotism, like some sort of like hominess towards it. So it's yeah, fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then Snowman. What do you think of Snowman? I think Snowman is a lovely kind of like just heart wrenching kind of song. Um, lovely instrumentals too. Really nice guitar. It's close to my favorite song on the album. I like Jason the Argonauts a lot, but Snowman and like Snowman and Sunset Working Overtime are pretty close. Um, yeah, what do you have to say about Snowman, Emma? Do you like it?
I really like Snowman. I
That's
feel like
good.
it's another song I probably won't get tired of if I listen to like 100 freaking times a day because it always sounds fresh to me. I feel like so. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
For
Um,
sure, for sure.
has a really good flow from Andy with his vocals per usual. It's got really catchy drum beats and guitar riff like usual. And another thing, I guess, if it makes any sense, I feel like it has sort of a hint of like, I guess maybe festivity in it, probably from like the slight bells, like that are like going on in the background a little bit. So it kind of like adds a little, you know, little something, something. If you want to.
Yeah, it sounds very like Winter Carnival almost or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I like it a
It's
lot.
such a time.
Pretty good song.
Yeah. I think it's kind of like a personal subject, but I think Andy wrote this about like an ex girlfriend he had, or like it might be an ex wife or something. And just how like he was like kind of like feeling like she didn't
Mhm.
she didn't love him the same way that he did, and just like I guess a lot of people can relate to it. Just like kind of like feeling like you're both distant in a relationship, or like you don't really have a connection as much, and you feel kind of cold. Kind of like a sad song, but I think just like how energetic it is makes it nice to listen to. Yeah, that was English Settlement by XTC. Lovely album. Would wholeheartedly recommend it. It's probably my favorite XTC album, with like Black Sea as a second, and maybe like Non Such after that.
Mhm.
Do you have any like XTC songs to like share that you would want people to listen to? Maybe. Do you want to? Maybe we'll do like I, I'm not gonna say a number. Maybe if you just have any like songs you like a lot by them, maybe you can like shout them out. Them.
Any XCC songs to recommend? You said.
Yeah. Just like a handful if you want to like recommend
Oh,
people to listen to or
man.
anything, or
Oh boy.
whether it's songs you've always been into, or if you just listening to now. Or...
Well, I'll say I don't know. I feel like since Drums and Wires is like probably my number one favorite album by XCC, I'll probably throw in some from there mostly. So I guess like I said earlier, Real by Real, number one. I feel like that song is really freaking good. Um, never get tired of it. Also 10 Feet Tall, another Colin song. So there you go. Should already be
For sure,
looking.
yeah, there's some great guitar in that one.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Also, That Is the Way, another Colin song. Yes. Oh my gosh, really good, catchy flow and everything from Colin. Oh, good, all good in that song. Left Against the Hop, another Colin song, of course. Love that song a lot. Helicopter, any song, but I love that song quite a bit too. So yeah. Um, I guess I'll also say probably Millions and Rose Girdle the Globe is another one from Drums and Wires. So all the songs are from Drums and Wires, and I enjoy those all
Yeah,
quite.
Emma's just out here rooting for Drums and Wires. If you want to talk about Drums and Wires, hit up Emma Jang Han. Just go talk to her on Instagram.
I freaking love Drums and Wires. Oh my god. I don't know why it doesn't.
Thanks, Jay.
Nobody.
It's got a
Everybody.
lot of love. You know what's interesting? Here in Canada, I find like copies of that quite often. It's probably the
Maybe
biggest
it's
XTC
time you
album
should
over
go
here.
get a copy of it then. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
I think so. You just got to. Obligated to.
You know what's interesting? I'm not sure what the biggest XTC album in the states would be. It might be Skylarking, actually,
Hmm. I don't
because
know.
I know there's like Dear God is from that album, and I think they got a little bit of like just generally like ratings wise, that album did pretty good critically. So I think quite a few people bought it. Um, yeah. Um, trying to think of some other XTC songs that I like a lot. It's it doesn't get a ton of attention, but Statue of Liberty is a really great early song that I have a soft spot for. I love the bass in the song. I think the vocals are just awesome. And I know people have like a love hate relationship with Barry, the keyboard player, but he does some really good work on that song. Um, they do a good cover of All Along the Watchtower again, pretty early on their career. Um, like I mentioned earlier, Beating of Hearts is a really amazing song from
Oh
Mummer.
god.
In
Oh
general, Mummer has like a lot of great songs. Wonderland is a really cool Sydney type song.
yeah. Mm,
That's one of Collins. That's great.
mm,
Um,
mm, 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 mm.
trying to think, just jogging the memory of like other things. Uh, from the Big Express, like there's a song called "This World Over." It's really awesome. Just like a really kind of
Oh.
like kind of like a song about like either like nuclear weapons or just like the world ending, and very like somber and very like kind of sweet sounding and really nice, really nice drum beat by I'm not sure he's playing drums in that song, but the beat's really good. Um, and what else? What else? Recently I was just listening to a song called Dear Dictionary, which I think I can't remember exactly which album it is. It's on. I think it's on Apple Venus Volume Two. But that's a really kind of like nice song. Easter Theater, one of the later songs, is really nice. Um, I like a ton of songs from Nonsense, so I could probably just like list half the album. But like I said, Peter Pumpkinhead is really great. My Bird Performs is a really cute and like very nice, sweet song. Um, what else? King for a Day is really cool song. Um, but yeah, I think for like, what do you think would be good like recommendations for like people trying to get into XTC? I would probably say this album, Black Sea, or Real by sorry, not Real by Real, uh, um, Drums and Wires. I think those are probably the best starting albums. What do you think, Emma?
Honestly, number one, you better check out Drums and Wires. Second, Black Sea. Third, English Settlement.
Yeah, I was gonna
Top
say like regardless of quality, this is probably the best ones for having like direct kind of like catchy songs, but also like cool like deeper stuff and like more like intricate stuff. Um, and then I think if you like those albums, then you can listen to stuff like Skylarking and Oranges and Lemons and like Non-Such and like other stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah. Thanks for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Do you have an album to recommend to folks? Emma, have you been thinking about it? Hi again, guys. Sorry, we just had some audio problems. So we just finished talking about the album. Hopefully, we can edit this okay without being too awkward. But yeah, uh, Emma was talking about Little Creatures, the Talking Heads, and that's what she was going to recommend. Do you have some quick words about the album for the people out there, Emma?
For this album,
Yeah.
well, I will say I kind of got into this album a few days ago by starting out with, of course, and she was on is like a big one on this album. I feel like a lot of people who might know Talking Heads might know a little bit, at least this song. And I guess I'll name like some of my favorite songs on this album. I guess will be probably Perfect World, Lady Don't Mind, Stay Up Late, Road to Nowhere, Television Man, and She Was. Like pretty much like most of the album I think is pretty good. So I guess if you don't know too much about Talking Heads, I recommend this album if you want to get into them a little bit, So yeah, I think it's a pretty solid one, despite what freaking Rolling Stone said about them. He said they gave him like a 2 out of 5 or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if they changed their mind or not, but they gave him a 2 out of 5.
People got
Every,
their opinions, and that's just
just about every else gave a good review though.
hmm.
Do you, are there any Talking Heads albums you like more than this one, or do you think this is like close to your favorite?
Um, mm, well,
Which ones do you still like to listen to, and like, or which ones do you have area you listen to?
uh, well, okay. So there's, I feel like, okay. So there's this one, and the one with it's like there's their faces on it, and it's like there's red in it. I think it's what Remain in Light. I think.
I love Remain in
Oh,
Delight. That sounds like a parody. It sounds like a parody Talking Heads album where they're just like all really like stuff in the faces of food, like Remain in Delight. No, yeah, okay. So you listen to Remain in Light, and which ones? So this one Remain in Light. Which other ones did you listen to?
mm, maybe Speaking in Tongues.
Okay,
Yeah. So those top three for me, I think, pretty good ones. If anybody
gotcha,
wants to get into some Talking Heads, I recommend that 100% because, oh yeah, you
gotcha.
for a good one if you check out those. So you,
I think I've always liked Remain in Light, but I didn't really like super enjoy it the first time I listened through it, but it's grown on me quite a bit. Born Under Punches is a really awesome song, just like it just showcases that like weird Talking Heads kind of like style. And
yeah.
my favorite might be more songs about building and food. I think that's the name of it. Um,
Mm.
that is a really groovy one. I like that one a lot. Have you listened to that one all the way through, or are you still need to get onto that?
I feel like I've gotten through most of it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I need to listen to Blind, which is one of the later albums. This one, Little Creatures. Um, Fear of Music, which I've heard a lot of, but I haven't heard all of them. And their debut, which I've heard a good chunk of, but still need to finish. And yeah, I think if there's any other albums in that, I need to listen to those too. But yeah, those are yeah. Um, this is going to be no surprise to Emma, but I'm going to recommend the Drums' first album, just called The Drums. It's self-titled. Uh, Really amazing songs. I think that they have some really tight melodies. They're kind of unique in that they don't like use bass guitar a ton. They mostly use a combination of just drums and then two guitars, but occasionally they do use bass. And I like how they mix in synthesizers with their songs. I like their upbeat kind of like half indie rock, Smithy inspired, and like half Beach Boys, like 60s surf, and like Shangri La's inspired music, and just really amazing vocals by Johnny, and good stuff. I like uh, off that album, Book of Stories. I think is really amazing. Best Friends, Forever and Ever, Amen, and I'll Never Drop My Sword. It's one of my favorites. But yeah, yeah. I think we're all good. So thank you for listening, and we'll probably be back in the next couple of weeks with another album review slash discussion. And we love you all. Thank you for listening and sharing your time with us. And see you soon, listeners.